Hey everybody, today we have another smart bird feeder unboxing and review. This one from Reli. It is the Reli Birddy Smart Feeder GreenTough. And it has this triangle shape. There's a house sparrow on there, which, you know, it's probably, we'll probably get some house sparrows on it. And then on the back looks like there's, you know, one of the European tit species potentially. But this boasts that it has AI. Simple installation, you can always go to the live view, and then dual seed holders, solar panel, exceptional durability, and eco-friendly. So it says crafted from recycled plastic for a better environment. So I'm assuming that's where the GreenTough comes from, is that it's recycled plastic. So it has a very like kind of modern looking design. We've seen some of these interesting looking smart bird feeders, and Reli, we actually tested their smart bird house, and that was also a very kind of interesting modern design. So let's get this thing open and see what we're dealing with here. So on the top of the box, we have everything that's inside. And then it also has instructions with how to put it together, best location for these smart bird feeders. So a lot of information packed right on the top, hard to miss. A little card in here. Oh, it has some little like cards with bird info. That's kind of cool. Oh, they're like trading cards. That's neat. So it has a pine system. Kind of looking away in this picture, kind of hard to tell. Black burning warbler is nice. Probably not one you're going to get at your feeder because a lot of these warblers are insectivores. And it does say insectivorous birds, so maybe these aren't necessarily just for the feeder, they're just informative. Tufted titmouse, house sparrow. This one says cockatoo. Australia. Interesting. That's kind of neat. I always appreciate little like trading card type stuff. I think the black burning warbler is my favorite. Real beautiful. So we have the cards, we have the info. There's a nice what's in this box on the top. It's packaged with like triangle kind of boxes. So this is the perch, and it is solid metal. So that is pretty sturdy. Like squirrel's not going to chew through this, and raccoon's not going to bend at this. It is very solid. Little big. I know some small birds like to perch on, you know, smaller stuff. I don't think they'll have a problem with this, though. So then in this other side, it's got the mounting bracket, solar charger, charging cable, measuring cup, silicone plug, mounting screws, food port cover, and 2 grid plates. So a lot of mounting stuff in here. This is like the cover that goes on the top of it, I'm assuming. So all the mounting brackets, these covers they were talking about. This is the actual stand, which is metal as well, which I think is good. And then this is the solar panel. Now it's important to note that most of these, not all, but most of them only work with 2.4 gigahertz internet. So if you have 5G, make sure the feeder you're buying is 5G compatible. I'm not sure if this one is. It'll probably say in the quick start guide, but it's a good thing to check because you don't want to buy it and then realize it doesn't work with your internet. So this is the feeder itself. It does have that recycled plastic kind of look and feel that you see with recycled plastic materials. And then this is the front of it. So it's actually pretty large of a unit. It is definitely unique. I've never seen another smart bird feeder quite like this. This is the antenna that they have taped down in here. And then this yellow piece is metal as well. So there's actually a lot of metal components in here too, as well as the recycled plastic. If you're a little worried about your environmental impact, something like this could be a good option because it does use that recycled plastic and a lot of metal, so I would imagine it's going to be fairly durable. This is the camera that we just popped out, and it has the coating on it that we can peel off. Nice. And then there's one more on here. And we'll charge this up because you don't know how much battery is necessarily in here. We could try it and see, or how much battery is left, I should say. May or may not turn on, we'll see. I think it is pretty...
Welcome to the Reli Birddy Smart Feeder GreenTough.
I think it has some battery in it. It is yellow. We'll probably charge it up anyways, just to be safe. But I'm assuming that fits into here, antenna goes out the back, and then this goes over the front. Something like this. Oh, it has magnets, so it actually magnets in there. That's kind of cool. This definitely took some designing. Oh, that's where those little like trays go here. So I'm assuming that's so, you know, moisture and stuff can fall through. So this is interesting. I'm kind of fascinated by this one. And then this is where you fill it. So you could, it says like dual, it's kind of just two sides you could fill. Oh, well, I guess you could do two different seeds. So you could do like a more thistle and then like a regular mix in there. So you could try a couple different things. Let's put some of the stuff on though. So this, I'm assuming just fits over after you fill it. So we'll charge up the unit, get it set up with the app, put some of this stuff together, and then we'll put it out and we'll see what we get and what kind of media we get as well. This one is definitely unique. It's cool that it's recycled plastics and a lot of metal. It's a really interesting design and we'll see how it works. We have our camera all charged up, so we're gonna get it set up in the app. Most of them have a QR code that you can scan. So I just hold my phone up, scan it, and it should take me to the website for the app. Now I think I already actually have this app because we have tested their smart birdhouse in the past. So we're gonna add a new device here. I'm gonna screen record so you can see what I am seeing. So we'll hit add device, Reli Birddy Smart Feeder GreenTough. Oh, there's some other cool smart products as well. Check the contents of your package. Yep, we should be good to go. We are charged. So it says press the power button for 3 seconds.
Welcome to the Reli Birddy Smart Feeder GreenTough.
Press the power button for 3 seconds. Your camera should say reset successfully.
Reset successfully.
Cool. So now we're gonna give it the Wi-Fi info.
Waiting to connect.
So now we're scanning the QR code in the back here.
Connection successful.
That's always what you want to hear. So I have assembled some things. As a new user, binding your device, getting special newcomer benefits. 60 days of exclusive membership. 15 days of history video chat, 15 bird identifications. We probably won't do any of the paid stuff. A lot of these, they have options for paid things. Most of them, you can kind of get out of it what I feel like is the most important things without those benefits. So a lot of times the benefits will be like AI or extended storage. Oh, so it's detecting motion already, so that's cool. But a lot of the times, like, I just want to watch the live, I want to see birds, I want to know what's around. So check out what is paid versus not paid. Let me show you what I did on the feeder itself. This is going to go inside the feeder. So I added the yellow perch on, and it's a Allen key that you use in here. It was actually kind of a pain to get to. It's like a weird angle. But I have this on, and then I put this stand on this board. And so I have a squirrel baffle set up. This is like a different mounting system, but we're just gonna clip this in to where it goes on there. And there's 2 large screws that I put in here, and then on the bottom there's 4 screws that you put in. So that's what I did. These also go in, these little seed kind of trays go in and just kind of float around, it looks like. But let's get the camera in, and then we'll fill it with seed, and then we'll see what we get. So the antenna is gonna go through the back part of it. And then there's actually a little silicone piece that we're gonna plug the back with here. Well, you can't really see it, but I'm gonna put it like that so that we have our antenna in. One thing about this is it is pretty hefty. It's a pretty heavy feeder. It's not even full of seed yet. This little piece goes on here, and then that is actually going to hold our antenna in place. They do have a little kind of screwdriver you can use, but I feel like getting, you know, your own stuff normally works better. But I do like that if you had nothing else, you could use that. And then that's gonna hold our antenna up like that. One other thing I wanted to mention is we're gonna put the solar panel on. I'm not gonna like drill this into anything, but basically you would put this on, then this collar goes over, and then you'd attach your solar panel. You can kind of angle it to wherever you want. I'm just gonna plug it in and set it on the squirrel baffle we have out there, just as kind of a temporary setup to keep it charged. So this is gonna then plug into the top of our bird feeder. It's pretty nice, pretty big panel. It's important to try to use the ones that come with the feeder, not like mix and match, because sometimes they have different requirements for what they need. So let's fill it up and then put it out and see what we get. So we have our feeder set up. If you're going long term, definitely wrap the cord up. You don't want all this cord hanging down, but just for our temporary test, we're just gonna kind of put the cord up on the baffle here. One thing is I didn't expect it to be so heavy. So it's kind of bending the pole I have set up here. So I might do something to kind of reinforce it a little bit. It is a pretty heavy bird feeder with all that you know, thicker plastic material in the metal. So as a temporary fix, just for testing, I actually wrapped an extension cord around it to help pull it a little straighter. So if you are mounting this permanently, I think in the instructions I actually had it like into a wall. That's where they mounted it. They have some drywall anchors in there too. But yeah, the pole setup, the thinner pole, it's not strong enough because it's pretty heavy. So just keep that in mind when you're setting yours up. I've had the feeder out for a few days now, and we have had birds come to it, and we got some cool images. Now the first day, I didn't get any birds, and it was a lot of motion recordings from the leaves in the background blowing. So think about where you want to mount your feeder, where you're not going to get a lot of other stuff moving, because you want to minimize those recordings to just birds if you can. That'll save battery, and you won't have to look through a bunch of them. So let's kind of take a look at the app here. So it shows your latest one on top, which is cool. There's that house finch there. And I actually realized I think I mounted the perch upside down. So there's a little perch that sticks up or down like this, and I think that actually is supposed to go up. So then they'll kind of perch and sit in front of the camera. So I was looking at other images and they had it the other way, so you'll want to flip it. It works both ways, but I think if they sit on that one, it kind of positions them nicely in the camera. So you can see our solar panel has a 100% down here, and we can look, there's a birds book in here. I don't think we have any birds because I haven't used the AI detection yet. Oh, this is just like, you know, birds you could see. So it's Carolina wren. Buick's wren, the picture for Buick's wren is actually wrong. That is some other kind of bird. So they should fix that. But western bluebird looks right. Chickadee, house sparrow, Carolina wren. So I don't know if it says today's pics. I don't know how often they update that. There's a diary. Oh, that looks like it's for the bird house. So this is just different Reli stuff, basically. So let's go to our GreenTough. So you can share it. So you can share your device with other people. I believe there's a 1-year warranty as well. You can go through and check your settings. So I don't have an SD card in here, and it says no SD card. If you did have an SD card, I think it would store files locally. Sometimes they overwrite, so you'll want to make sure that you have it set so it either overwrites or doesn't overwrite. I don't know if you can change it on here. So there's different conditions, but that'll store files locally. And then you can adjust the recording settings. So where there's high frequency monitoring, maximum recording time, so you can change it off 20 seconds. There is a night mode, and then you manage location, network info, firmware updates, time zone, that kind of stuff, notifications. There's a little news section, so this is showing us all the recordings it's taken. A manual, so info about assembly, and then we can watch the live as well. So if I click the live, looks like there's a house finch there right now, which is pretty cool. And it's gotten a lot of cool media. It does fisheye quite a bit. So we know the front of that is straight, but you can see it really bow out. And a lot of these smart bird feeder lenses kind of have that effect on it, where it kind of warps things. But the house finch looks pretty good. So it is more noticeable sometimes than others. Some people really like that effect, some people don't, but it's just something that is with a lot of smart bird feeders. So that's cool for the house finch. Let's check out some of our other clips we got here. So we can go down and scroll through our videos. You can see that house finch has been there this morning. Here's a house sparrow. They're non-native, but they're basically everywhere. So there's our house sparrow feeding. Pretty neat. And then let's check out some of these other ones. We can test the AI out too. Let's do that right now and see what we get. One thing I do notice is when it kind of turns on when a bird's there, it almost flashes. So it'll kind of like flash brighter and then kind of go back down to the regular kind of light setting. And other smart bird feeders do this too. When they activate, it kind of is bright and then it adjusts. So let's do our AI recognition here, see what it gets. Kind of off screen a little bit. It is struggling. House finch. So I got it. Let's do another one. Let's do this house sparrow. It's doing its thing. This is a female, so this might be a little harder for it. House sparrow. Nice. And then does it go in this bird's book? Oh, it just shows you the like entry. Let's do another one. We got chickadees, we got cardinals. Let's try this chickadee. And then on the top, here are these buttons. That's where you can like download it or share it and stuff like that. He was not here very long. So it says Carolina chickadee. Up by us is black-capped chickadee, so that is a wrong identification. So I always take the AI with a grain of salt. It's never been 100% accurate on any of these products. So I thought this female cardinal was an evening grosbeak. That's a tough one. That's incorrect. But we captured a lot of cool media. I feel like it has done what we wanted it to do. The AI is sketchy, but it's sketchy for all of them. And it does say there's a chat GPT option in here. So let's do questions related to wild bird knowledge. Let's ask it, where do Carolina chickadees live? That's kind of cool. You can ask it different questions if you want knowledge about it. Take that with a grain of salt as well. I think the big benefits are that it's made out of that recycled plastic material and that composite that's not gonna really break down or it shouldn't mold or anything, and it's got a lot of metal on it. So it's pretty well built. It is pretty heavy. Make sure you mount it in a sturdy place. And then one thing that is kind of annoying is a lot of the components kind of just pop off. So like the top pops off, you could lose that. The little front metal piece pops off, you could lose that. So it'd be nice if those were a little more attached. But overall, I think it's pretty quirky, it's pretty unique, it's pretty memorable, and it does what you want it to do. So if you enjoyed this product, let me know what you think in the comments below. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Badgerland Birding.